In this video, Matt is going to show us how to put this toilet in.
And put your shopping cart back.
Look at that thing, a beauty. Wow. We're live.
I just unpackaged it and we're gonna assemble it. So I know a lot of people, they'll install the base and then they'll install the tank. I put the whole thing together and then put it in. That's how I like to do it. Then you're done, you're not trying to install a tank next to the wall. So this Kohler toilet, it's pretty simple. You have your little flange here. This goes on the bottom of your tank. Just pops on. 2 carriage bolts. One goes there. Just like that. Then this will mount onto the toilet. Comes with a washer and a nut for each side. I'm just gonna snug it up. You definitely do not want to over tighten. This is porcelain or ceramic. So I kind of push down and compress that gasket. What size wrench do you think that is? Half?
Probably a half. You're probably right. Yeah, I would say a half.
Right. If it's not a half, you're walking your ass back over to the socket set. So what is a half? So I'm looking for the metal on the tank is now touching the metal bowl. You have just a little bit of a gap there. So it's gonna pull it down just a little bit more. Just snug. Then there's gonna be some flex on it. It's all right, that's installed. So I have this exact same toilet in the other bathroom, and that valve went bad on me, so I stole the valve out of this one, put it in that one. I went to Home Depot. They sell 2 Kohler valves, so I gotta figure out which one to put in here. I'm hoping one's red and one's white, but tank number located here. Cap color to some. On black shank. This is the one I'll use, I think. I believe it's this one. Just drop it right in that hole. Nothing seems to last very long anymore. And this is just hand tight. It's got a rubber gasket inside, so I'm pushing down and kind of compress it a little bit. You've got a good firm grip. That's all you need. And if for some reason it were to drip, you could give it like a 1/4 turn with the channel locks, but it should not at all.
That must be like an over.
To fill the bowl. And then the tank, this float will come up when the water level hits its desired level. And then when you flush, it lets it out. All right, so we have the toilet assembled and hopefully the right valve is installed. So they come with 1 washer and 1 nut per bolt. So if you were to put your bolts in there like that, the idea is that they're elongated so they shouldn't spin in the flange, right? But they definitely do. So bolt these to the flange, then we'll use the other nut that came with it to bolt the toilet down. This way, when you try to tighten your toilet down, your bolt isn't just gonna spin inside the flange after you set the toilet. And I'm gonna set the toilet in grout. You have to seal the toilet to the floor. I've heard mixed reviews from some plumber friends of mine. They don't like to put anything between the toilet and the floor, because then how do you know if it's leaking? But code requires it. You can either use a caulking or a grout. I don't like caulking because it'll be yellow over time and it just looks gross. And we have grout left over from this floor, so we're just gonna mix up a little bit of this same grout, and that way it'll match the floor nicely. So next step, we're gonna dry fit the toilet. Draw a line, and then we're gonna mix some grout. I'm just eyeballing the tank to the wall. Make sure it looks symmetrical. It looks good to me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna trace where the toilet's sitting. I'm gonna take the pencil, I'm gonna try and keep, you can't see my line because I'm not going straight down. I got the pencil kind of at an angle. And this way, I'll know where to put my grout. The toilet fit-ons are pretty nice. Alright, here we go. So we got that fake pencil line. Just gonna put our mud. We're not trying to raise this thing off the floor too much. Just want to seal it. And this way, it's all about flow. Well, definitely with a toilet you want it to flow.
Does this make it hard to replace it in the future?
Nope, it'll pop right up. I think the caulking is more of a mess to cut out later. Another thing too, you set the toilet flat on the floor. You shouldn't need any kind of sealant around it, because if there's anything coming out, you got a problem. And that's why my plumber friend told me never to seal it, because then you don't know if you have a problem. And if you have an uneven floor, definitely use grout. Next we're gonna do a wax ring. And what I do is I just take the toilet, break it, you come this far. And the key is to get the plastic out, but don't touch it. If anyone knows how to do that, let me know. So just press it on there, and this is going to be your seal. Okay, time to set the toilet. Set it. So the white cap's going first. There's a little ledge on one, put that going down. Put a washer on. It's already got some lube, so that's good. That's it. It just stuck in it. You're dealing with plastic. Starting to show that it's getting tight. That's when I stop. You shouldn't be able to start feeling resistance on the wrench. You're gonna end up cracking the toilet in that case. In this case, this is when caulking is not as messy, I guess. But this stuff cleans up really nice. Just gonna take your finger, just run it through, just like a bead of caulking. Okay. It cleans up really nicely. And these caps go on next. Here's our supply line. Just hand tight is all.
All right, time for the most important part.
Don't open the parts over the toilet. Pop in. Go. And for some reason, when your toilet's filling up, just make sure your valve stops, and there's a max fill line right here. That's really close to the edge. And if the water's spilling over the edge, your water bill will go up a lot. So you definitely want to be below that. There's enough water in that tank for more than one flush, so being a little bit below doesn't hurt anything. Because we just push it down. It's ready for use. Get out.
All right, all
Just
right.
kidding.
YouTube, get out so we can use the toilet.
Oh,